This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devinwade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that at the moment. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
Look, I'm from Camden, New Jersey, nigga. Kenwood 1430, nigga. A little ass place in this little ass state. Ain't nobody afraid to get dirty with you. Yeah, I can feel a whole new energy. Yeah, Casamigos, no Hennessy. Yeah, I pray for health and prosperity. I only wish being broke with my enemies. Yeah. No, it's a Fendi, we Gucci, I got us. Aim for the top, cause I came from the bottom. She gave me top when I came, she was smiling. I threw some gold on her finger and brought a bitch home, cause she told me to bring it, no problem. I'm up the bat in my city like Gotham. Hard to be Batman when everyone robbing. Ain't too many wearing suits and ties here. Ain't too many trying to follow these rules. The sets and colors, nigga, you could die here. Nothing like a cosmetology school. They tried to tell her I'm out of my mind. I told her a secret, you should believe it. I never slow down, I'm too used to speeding. I never follow, I'm too used to leading. Yeah. We from the trenches, you know that. Picture me broke, that's a throwback. Nigga, you can't even post that.
Hey, what up, though? Welcome to the Devinwade Show. I am your DJ, Chelsea Lee. I'm going to send you over to the host, the peanut butter, light-skinned, yellow-haired, DevNasty.
What up? I am your host of the Devinwade Show. I am dark-skinned DevNasty himself. That's how I identify as dark-skinned for anybody. I don't give a fuck. Mr. Choke Your Mom Out, Mr. Choke Your Pop Out. And I'm at least brown-skinned.
You're not going to start that conversation.
Drake is light-skinned. I'm brown skin.
You my complexion, bro.
Almost dark skin.
They giving you good references. They called you peanut butter, almond butter.
No.
Almond butter is darker than peanut butter.
Listen, I'm none of that. I'm dark. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about some of our worst travel situations that we've been in. Before we get into that joint right now, to the left of me, in probably the most cleanest Jordans I've ever seen in my life. Like you could probably lick the bottom of those, GB. Probably. He ain't gonna do it though. We have our fashionista in her. She just like chilling, athletic type vibes, regular shirt. She chilling today.
That athleisure. Remember we talked about this before.
Athleisure, excuse me. Athleisure. We have the fashionista herself, Waleska D.
Hello, beautiful people. Kisses to you all.
Yes.
You already know.
And to the right of her, we have the man himself, Puerto Rico's own, Camden's own, Pyrex Porter, a.k.a. Panorama Porter, a.k.a. the love scene master. I'm trying to clean up his image a little bit.
Because he look real clean.
Like
Porter Rich is in the building.
I like it. Put some respect on me.
And he got two referees next to him right now. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Got the headers with us. Yeah. We got of course one of our faves, Monica is here with us. And then we got one of our specials that started with us and is here, returned with us, made a new debut with us, man. So
right back like she never left, huh?
Right.
And of course, all the way to the left, we have GB from Talk Heavy. The guy, we're not gonna let him do that wild ass intro that he does. We'll do that when we on the mashup. But everybody loves our mashup, so he's on that joint. And then of course we have the best DJ in the world. Before we jump into this, we already know that on three, and I'm going to count on three the right way this time. We gotta get a moan from Mona Scott Young, aka Mona Lisa herself, Chelsea Lee. On three. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, baby.
That joint went longer. That joint had some extra.
Remix.
Yeah, he hit a spot.
That's when he shot off when he tried to get his last couple pumps in before it go all the way limp. You know what I'm saying? Try to get your extra pumps in. Yeah, that's the extra pumps or whatever.
With the words.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. But we're going to talk about some different traveling stuff, and I want to know from the cast, because anything can happen when you leave, when you get on a plane, you get on a train, you do whatever you're doing in your travel. What is the worst travel scenario that you ever had? I want to actually throw it to Chelsea Lee first, because she's the one that's it's hard to get up with Chelsea Lee these days. She's the most traveled motherfucker in the world. So we're going to bring it to Chelsea Lee.
Well, I really don't have a lot of bad experiences, but I know there's like one where I was on a plane And I will never forget it because it was me and my best friend, Stacia, and a group of us. We were going to like Key West. This is like a long time ago when I first started traveling. We were going to Fantasy Fest. And I used to get this thing where I think I like psyched myself out before when I would travel. I would always get sick or come down with something. I would plan this big trip. And then like a week before I was supposed to go or 3 days before I would go, I would get like strep throat or tonsillitis or like the flu. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I was psyching myself out. So we planned this big trip to Florida, then to go like to 5 other places, like a little around the East Coast trip. So I come down with like strep throat, and it's like 3 days before we freaking leave. And we were on, I want to say stupid ass Spirit Airlines.
Damn.
Which already makes it a terrible fucking traveling experience. But we go on a plane, it's like 6 of us. And everybody knew I was sick. I was on antibiotics. And you know when you're on antibiotics, you're not supposed to drink.
Right.
And, you know, they say when you're sick, you're all friends. Oh, have a shot of Hennessy. It'll clear it up. Have this. You'll be good.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that. Especially if you're on antibiotics. So we get on a plane. And we're on the I'm in the last row in front of the bathroom.
That's the worst.
The worst.
Anyway, because it just be smelling like all dookie.
You can't lean back. And it was like nobody even took a shit yet. Nobody used the bathroom yet. So I'm in the back and I'm sitting in between these 2 obese people. And I was probably like 120 pounds. And everybody on the trip, they're all drinking. And my friend Stacia, you know, she wanted to buy everybody alcohol on the plane. So she goes, everybody get 2 things of rum. And at that time, you legally could bring little airplane bottles. Since COVID, they don't allow you to anymore. But we used to actually get a plastic bag and put like 5 or 6 airplane bottles and then ask for juice. Because that's how we used to be able to do it years ago. So everybody had already been drinking. I was the only one who hadn't been drinking. She tells the flight attendant, get my girlfriend 2 things of Bacardi rum. And I was like, I'm not drinking. I'm on an antibiotic trying to get better. So I got bribed and I fell into the have a drink, it'll make you feel better type of bullshit.
It'll make you feel good.
Yeah. So I have ginger. I asked for ginger ale because I think, you know, that'll be a middleman. I have some ginger ale and I do the 2 Bacardi. I take like 3 or 4 sips. Plane starts going up. You know that weird ass feeling?
Ooh, yeah.
Then I start getting wheezy. I'm
That take
sweating.
off.
I'm in between 2 obese people. I don't want to get up because they're fucking sleeping in the ship. So I'm like, I don't feel good. So I asked the flight attendant, yo, let me get a bag because I really didn't want to get up.
There wasn't one in there for you?
There was not one in there. I don't know why.
Damn.
So I said, let me get a bag. And I usually can like tell before I'm about to get sick, but that time like there was no warning. And I literally just started like, and all my friends are in front. They're all in front, in the 3 in front. I just start like puking into the bag.
Thank you.
And it was just like disgusting, but the people next to me didn't fucking wake up. You would think that they would have woke up and been like, girl, go to the bathroom. They didn't wake up. And my friends are in front taking pictures. They all stood up behind me, cracking up, laughing. And I'm just like throwing my guts up. Finally, you know, the lady comes back, the flight attendant. She goes, oh my God, are you okay? And I said, I wasn't supposed to drink. I really feel like shit. So she comes back and she actually like gives my friend back her money for the drinks, credits her credit card back because I threw all the liquor up. And they said, she just said she felt bad for me. And we ended up like landing, and I ended up going to the hotel and sleeping all day because I felt like shit.
So you're wasting time now.
So I just wasted a full day.
Mm-hmm.
But that was okay. And how the trip continues is we're in the pool, and this is like 4 days later, 5 days later. We're in the pool, and it was like the first day I could really drink after not being able to drink the whole trip.
Right.
So, you know, the swim up bar, I swim up. I'm like, oh, let me get a tequila, you know, with the mango drink. I had about 6 of these drinks without even realizing that I was shit-faced. Because it was so good, it tastes like juice.
Juice Jones.
Next thing you know, I'm in a wheelchair.
What?
I had the Wheelchair Express. Next thing you know, I'm in a wheelchair with a towel over my head, and all I remember hearing is them saying, if she can't put her thumbs up, we have to take her to the hospital. And I just was like, I'm fine. I threw up in the pool. They had to get me out the pool. I blacked out. And
throwing up in the pool is the
they
worst.
had to clear everybody out the
Yo,
pool.
I said
but I don't
that's just
remember
all
any
around
of it.
embarrassing.
It's
'cause-
better than shitting in the pool, though.
I mean,
When she first was saying she was walking over to the bar, I knew she was scared to talk about getting sick, and I was hoping it wasn't as shitty.
No. I just
situation
threw up in the pool.
water.
I blacked out, and I got
ruined
the
it.
wheelchair express. Everybody laughed. They think it was the funniest thing ever.
Hold on, I'm talking about what about the other people that just wanted to swim and shit?
I don't know what happened to
Nah,
them.
them niggas
I was
probably
blacked
mad
out.
that
They
the
put
mother-
me in a
She don't
wheelchair.
remember.
Yeah, she don't
They
remember her
wheelchaired
friend.
me all the way to the room, and they have a video of me like this, just putting my thumb up, because they said if I wasn't conscious enough, that the resort technically, legally, had to take me to the hospital.
Because what do they do at that point? A person throw up all in the pool. Now it's like, how are they clean this out? How do they?
You can't get it all
Like,
out.
right.
You can't get
So
it
in people's mind, it's
clear the
The pool
Yeah.
was really big though. Like it wasn't like a little pool. Like
That's how
where
shit
this
like
is the end.
COVID
Like
starts. You gotta clear the fucking
it
pool.
was a long time ago.
So what would they like? Yeah, because I can see niggas being like, "Yo, I want you to drain this whole bitch."
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
for real.
Nah,
If
they.
You
I
can't
think
even get that with a net.
No, they
At
have,
this point-
depending on the scenario, depending how much she threw up, and if it wasn't that much, they probably could have picked it up with the net, right?
But honestly, like I woke up that it was early in the morning, so I did like water aerobics that morning. I had nothing to eat.
Listen.
so I
Water
probably
aerobics.
only threw up like liquids,
It's,
yeah.
I
and it
don't
was
care.
like 100 degrees.
I don't care.
only because it's throw up, we all gonna sit here. Everybody out there that's gonna watch this is gonna sit there and be like, "Oh hell no, we gotta get out of there. It's fucking throw up." Because I'm like that too. I'm like, "Oh yeah, hell
But
yeah,
people
get out of there."
piss in
Clean
the
that shit
pool,
up.
they spit in the pool,
But
they blow their snot in the
that's
pool.
just what I'm gonna get
all
to,
the
right?
time.
Look,
That's true.
even
That is true.
listen, even after this COVID shit, right now, all the shit we just went through with COVID, guess what? Everybody is fiending to get back in the water. If you think that motherfuckers is going underwater, coming back up, and they holding every drop of fucking spit in their mouth, and it's
No,
not
you're right.
mixing up in that water,
And they put all
come
that
on, man.
chlorine
People
in the
is
pool.
in the corner fucking. There's vaginal fluids and nut in there
Definitely.
too.
All,
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
facts.
That's a fact.
Pool fucking is trash.
don't get me wrong, that's still what
It
it
is.
is.
Hold on, wait, because it rinses away
Yes.
the regular
Yes.
water.
It's not what you think.
Exactly, because water's not slippery like
No.
vagina.
Yo,
Exactly.
Exactly. Ocean sex is it's the worst for females. That's
Hold on,
salt water.
Hold on. Who the fuck?
I know, but
Hold on,
anyway,
hold on.
that's a whole
Hold
nother
on,
conversation.
Hey, we here now.
She riding the wave.
Yeah,
She
talk
riding
that
the
talk.
wave.
Yeah, we need
Talk
to.
that talk. I
We
need
need to hear
details.
about this now. What happened?
We done went from
No,
Chelsea's.
I said because we were talking about pool and y'all was saying trash and
Yeah.
all that, but I was saying even ocean water is trash as well as the salt water. So even
Wally,
if you're
what
going,
you doing out there having sex
it was
in
in
the ocean?
Aruba.
It's like,
It's like the waves be like hitting you
Yeah,
and
and it
shit.
just works. You're just like wrapped around.
now I would be thinking like a sea creature might come out and bite my dick
That
or
is
something.
one of the most worst places to do it because they say the sand. They say it's so like people want to have sex on the beach. They say it's the worst place
Yeah.
because if you get sand in there, it like rubs and it's really bad. So like if you ever trying to be sexy, don't have sex on the beach like ever. Like look it up. It's one of the
I've heard of sex in the beach, but in that
the
in,
drink.
in that kind of water is kind of wild, Wally. You
Oh,
different.
yeah, it was fun. It was a great experience actually.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What about you, Richie?
Worst travel experience. I think I want to go with and it wasn't even a flight actually. It was a road trip. But I think I'm gonna go with when I went down to Greek and
Greek.
I went not the Greek. The VA Greek because they be
Greek
having
picnic.
different like Greek festivals, Greek
Oh,
picnics.
He was
okay.
trying to go
When
to
they
some
used to-
I
freak
was like,
shit.
did you go to Greece?
No, I
Or
absolutely.
did you go to the Greek restaurant?
No, I absolutely was trying to go to some freak shit.
That's what happened.
Dev is absolutely correct. And it's crazy because my worst time came from after me having the greatest time. Like I had the greatest time there in 96, 97 when I went with like my older brothers and my guys that I came up with, and they took me out there, had an amazing time.
And
We'll
he
get
was
into that.
young in that time, so he was really
We'll
having
get into
it.
that another time. It was packed shoulder to shoulder, like the boardwalk, the strips, everything crazy. NBA stars, all kinds of shit. It was just out of this world. So a year, 2 years later, I wanted to pay the favor forward. My guys put me onto something, took me somewhere where I had an amazing time. I ain't know nothing about the Virginia Greek down Virginia Beach. So I wanted to pay that forward to some guys that I had with me at the time. Some friends that I had. I don't think they had never been down there. And I was telling them, like, look, I had an amazing time down here. Y'all gotta come. It's, whatever. We set it up. So we get the rental and everything. We set up, we get the rooms and everything. And we head on down. And as we head on down, it just started raining. It was like horrible weather, and it was crazy because we was young. We was like I was like probably like 19, 20. And like I said, when I went down there when I was like 18, 17, I think. I was loose from a goose. I didn't, I wasn't in a relationship, nothing. I'm down there. It's tricking going on out of this world. It's strippers.
Was you involved in the trick?
I was Trick Daddy Jr. No. I did my fair share. I'm not a heavy trick. No, that's honest to God truth. I'm not a heavy trick.
But you was young too. That's teenage.
But I was young and I was single. I was down there doing me. So I had shorties down there. Like we was already doing us. We had shorties down there that we knew from Delaware. We had shorties down there that we knew from, Philly, Jersey. It was going down. So, but it was just an amazing time compared to my and the reason why I mentioned the next one is my worst trip, because when we got down there, it was like totally like the opposite. Like I took because of the weather. It was like nobody was outside. That shit was like ghost town. We trying to find. I'm telling my mans and them about all these tricks. They like, Rich, what the fuck were tricks? niggas come down. Listen, because the story get funny. It's like niggas come down there strapped up with paper. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm telling them, like, that's what I experienced the first time. You got to understand, Virginia Beach was a strip of hotels, and this was a Greek on this strip.
Virginia Beach is very, very. Can be very, very ratchet.
No. This was the
But I love Virginia.
This was probably the most ratchet times.
Yeah.
Because it was just crazy. But one side was like the front of the hotels with stores on this side with an avenue packed to shoulder. The other side is the boardwalk with the ocean, all that shit packed shoulder to shoulder. And then it's all hotels. And mind you, my first time went down there, every hotel had like a different group of females from a different state tricking. Either they was tricking or having regular parties. Either they was strippers tricking or they was just tricks.
It's crazy. I want to put this in here real quick. Sometimes the word tricking is used in the reverse way with people's slangs. So some people look at tricking as the person that's paying for the sex.
Right.
And other people
he
are
is a
just
trick too, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Some people slang. He's tricking.
Right.
She's not tricking. She's hoeing.
Right.
He's tricking, she's hoeing. But we do use it. I do hear it over here.
Right.
A lot of people use it the other way, just so they understand that they're not buying dick, they're buying pussy.
No, they was that. Listen. When I tell
they're
you,
getting
listen,
niggas to buy their pussy.
Right, correct. Yeah, correct.
Listen, when I tell you, like, knocking on, like I said, we was knocking on doors. They was just yanking you in, man. Like, what's up? What you trying to do? Like, it was crazy. And then just regular parties too in every room, whatever. It was wild. But then, like, again, that's why the next trip was my worst, because it was a total letdown. Like, the rain came out. I was so frustrated. I was coming outside, like, my guys was in the hotels. They moping. They got all this liquor. They drinking. They like, what the fuck is this? I'm riding around in the rental like, man, I gotta find something, man. Where the fuck? It ain't shit. I'm trying to bring back some tricks to the hotel. Like, look, I saved the day.
This the thing. Women don't understand the frustration in a man that somehow sought out for vagina and didn't get it. Wow. Like, it's literally one of the most frustrating. Niggas will stay up to the wee hour. I'm telling you, because they won't. And the thing is,
that's why y'all laughing so hard.
When you don't get none, you be like, yo, nigga, might as well just went to bed at 11 o'clock and called it a day, because you put all these hours. And it's just like if you home and you calling up this one and then she busy and then you call. It becomes. You be laying in the bed looking at the ceiling like, what the fuck is happening right now?
There's something that women say that's the best thing and the worst thing all at the same time. There's 3 words that you guys say. My period's on, right? When we're looking for sex and we're on our way and we get there and we hear it, it's the worst thing ever.
I'm a red light runner. I don't know about you, nigga.
I'm not. I'm light skinned.
I don't give a fuck.
But then, when we didn't strap up and, we shot the club up, those are the words that we're looking to hear.
The great GB.
He wants to hear it afterwards. GB.
That was one of those GB breakdowns.
Yeah, GB's disgusting. GB's disgusting. But
Nah, it turned into the worst, man. But it did have a brighten the last day. We was there from Thursday to Sunday, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all fucking rain, nobody. And no bullshit, Sunday came though, and I was kind of happy because Sunday came, the sun came out, all the chicks came out, all the car, everybody came. It was like everybody was down there, but motherfuckers was just tucked away because of the motherfucking weather. So it turned, and compared to like my experiences with those type trips, just with the fellas going away to like festivals and different shit. That was just like one that I was just like,
No, only thing worse than
blown the fuck
weather for me in a traveling situation, because I definitely went on a cruise with my girl that ended up being super stormy. Like I couldn't even sleep at night. Yo, I'm talking about. I woke up at one point and I was like, I'm laying in the bed, but it might as well have been like I was just against a wall standing up. That's how much the joint rocked. Did
you go in stormy season?
It was no. Matter of fact, it wasn't like it's summer where it's hurricane time. It was in March. You know what I'm saying? So the whole shit was just crazy. It was just, but that's not the worst. I think more than
it was like rocking the whole time.
Rocking, I'm rocking. They had
people start throwing up. Nobody got seasick.
I don't know what other people did because we was in our little like room joint, because when there's storms like that, sometimes you can't go to the island you supposed to go to. So they stuck on like what they call like sea days where you just on the water doing the bullshit that's in there. They got like an art gallery, but all the art fell off the wall because the fucking joint turned too much. But worse than that, fuck how that shit is thrown around, is when you travel and you see how the niggas at the airport treat your luggage. And you see how they be like throwing your shit, like
especially the good shit, the expensive shit.
I'm looking like
they be hating
my nigga, like what are you doing throwing my shit like that? So I watched the bull just tossing my shit all disrespectful, and then I travel. I went to Atlanta. I go down there on one of these internet meet a John, want to see what's good. Go down there to see the John. And
it's a blind date you flew down in Atlanta for?
I used to do that all the time. What? Internet, that's all I did.
Women?
All I did was meet somebody online, talk to them, whatever, set up a trip, we out, boom, and be doing whatever we doing. You know what I'm saying? I told you I got flued out, man.
The MySpace.
So yeah, all of that shit. So I got flued out. So I go down there.
Freaky nigga.
He ain't get no dinner.
I go down there and we get past the first part, and that's the person showing up. Everything's all good. Boom, they there. This is lit, right? But then you waiting for the luggage to come around, and that shit circling and people getting their bags. And as that shit keeps circling, there's less and less Jones, and everybody's leaving. You sitting there like, where's my bag at? These niggas lost my motherfucking luggage. And then so you panicking, number one, because of whatever you have with you, the fact that you on this trip, you don't got nothing. And what they do is they give you this like survivor bag that basically has like some little toiletries and shit like that. And they might give you like a gift card to like Target to get like underwear and shit like that, you know, like a little survival pack. So that was one of the worst trips to me, because now I'm there, I'm with this shorty, but I don't got
no clothes,
none of my shit. So the first 2 days, right, I didn't have my shit. So I got to go buy shit, right? So then they end up calling and saying, yo, we found your luggage. Now, when I get my luggage, do you think that all my shit was in there?
Oh,
fuck no.
Absolutely not. Niggas stole my watch. Niggas stole my, you know what I'm saying? Back then it was like, I think it was, iPods or whatever like that. Like all my dope shit that was worth anything was taken out of that motherfucker.
You gotta take.
I tell people all the time.
Nah, but in my back, if I did have like a carry-on, that wasn't in there. All my shit was inside of that, because then you put your clothes around it to try to protect it, whatever the case.
No.
Yeah, they motherfucking ran off all my shit, and that was probably the worst trip that I ever had. The only other time, an honorable mention, is when I started writing songs down at Cash Money and shit like that. When you first start working with a label, these motherfuckers deck it out for you. So you go there and your hotel room is something you cannot believe. I cannot believe I'm in this joint. I'm like, yo, Slim and Birdman is them niggas. This shit is amazing. Me and Trax, right? But then what happens is, as the budget on whoever album you working on goes down,
so does yours.
But you don't know. So you get there, next thing you know, you ride into it because it's car service. It went from the most extravagant shit I've ever seen in my life, where a pizza man can't even deliver a pizza unless like the guards come up there with him to make sure that they not trying to on no bullshit. To like you at the DoubleTree, you know what I'm saying?
McDonald's.
Yeah, you at the DoubleTree with it, like there, yeah. So when Drake talked about that, like niggas can't trouble me from the DoubleTree. Yeah, I was in that DoubleTree after a while. That was trash too. That's when I knew the ride was over. You know what I mean? Well, let's get D.
I think for me was 1 year I went to Paris, and it was supposed to be like, it was my birthday. Me and my boyfriend at the time, you know, we supposed to have a good time, have a great time, whatever. We get to Paris. The first thing they tell you when you get to Europe is don't go to sleep because the time difference.
Okay.
They're like, stay up because granted, you know, it's nighttime here, but it's daytime there. So I stood up. We had like a tour guide just to kind of like, you know, there's a language barrier. So we had this lady kind of show us around where was the main, you know, places. But he decided to go take a nap. And I'm like, nigga, like, no, like you need to stay up because what happens is when 11, 12 o'clock hit, you're going to be wired. So I did the tour by myself, okay? So I'm like, all right, whatever. It was hot as hell. We went in the summertime. So we go, I do that, whatever. I go back to the room. He's knocked out. So I go do my thing, whatever. So I try to wake him up. He doesn't really want to wake up, whatever. So I'm winding down. I'm starting to get tired, starting to get late. He gets up and he wants to like, you know, do shit. I'm like, bro, it's 10 o'clock at night. I've been up legit, like I broke night. I'm up, like I can't, I'm gonna go to bed. So that kind of set the tone for the whole trip.
Oh man, y'all just was on off time the whole time.
So after that, like we were arguing during our trip. We were like, I remember there's a specific picture. I don't have it on my Instagram no more clearly, but I had this yellow skirt on. I was really cute. He had his nice outfit. We were at the lock bridge, where you kind of put the lock and you put your name with that person. We were at that bridge. I remember right after that, like walking back to the room by myself because I was so mad at him. Because it was just like, I was not feeling him. That was like, I was supposed to have the best time of my life there because I'm in Paris. This is where I love Paris, you know, whatever. This is an experience, you know, whatever. And he blew my shit. Like just him falling asleep set the whole tone for the rest of the fucking trip.
You ever thought about the fact that maybe you ruined the trip by not taking a nap with that nigga from the rip?
Nope.
And then y'all could have been on the same motherfucking time if you would have just took a nap with that nigga.
No, but they had something scheduled.
We had something scheduled. He didn't do anything. And then everything closes at a certain time. So like now you're up 11, 12 o'clock in the morning, right? He on the phone with his friends and all that. And I was just so annoyed at that point. I'm like, bro, you're on FaceTime with your friend. We will be walking to like somewhere nice, looking at the Eiffel Tower. He on FaceTime. I'm like, you know what, bro?
You said that was your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to do what she wanted to do.
Yeah, then in that case, yeah.
I gotta redo Paris again. Right?
You got to be a stupid motherfucker to be following your own.
Hello? For real.
So he got fired on his day off after y'all went home. You fired him?
We ain't together now.
Oh man, nah, that sounds like he had more. She had more experiences after that. He didn't get immediately fired.
Nah, he didn't. Not immediately.
Yeah, he didn't get immediately fired.
It took a while.
All right, we're gonna jump right to this. Huge rapper or singer, performer. I mean, I'm talking about a megastar that you just never listened to.
Busta Rhymes. That's crazy to me, right?
You never listened to Extinction Level Event?
I listened to his music on the radio, but I've never like bought a CD. Cause you know, back then when Busta Rhymes was around, like I never bought a CD, played it, you know, like I remember the music, you know, I remember the songs. I just...
Listen, Extinction Level Event is one of the greatest albums that ever existed, to be honest.
I gotta go listen to that then.
No, I mean, it's not gonna work now. Like, if you go back to old music and you hear the sounds, the
might.
beats.
Not with Biggie, Ready to Die.
You think, no. If
Some of those albums, still you put them on, it don't matter what time period you're in, they still, like, have the same, like,
my
for
son
me.
will be like, this is complete trash.
Well, that's because he's too young to understand. But I think people our age, like if we listen to it back then, it can bring back nostalgia, and you can still connect to the music, saying like, damn, like this was a good album back then. It's still a timeless album now.
I
A lot of
see
people
how-
don't have those kind of
I
albums
can see how that's
now.
possible because I have a habit of doing this. Like, I'll love an artist, listen to one album, completely love it, and then never tune into the next album. 10 years go by and I realize they had 2 more albums that were just as dope as that one. And when I've discovered them, it feels like I'm still listening to it in that time. So with that, I would say that Chelsea is right. Yours is Busta Rhymes. You know, kind of wild, but I can see it. Chelsea, what's somebody that's a huge rapper that you...
Well, I listen to everybody because I'm a DJ, and I always like to have a knowledge base of all different types of music. And I go on like Apple Music, SoundCloud, and I put on like the top 100 all the time. So I listen to a little bit of everybody. But one person who I think is like really big and creative, y'all might not listen to this person either. But I think like Tyler the Creator right
That's
now.
crazy that you said that. I was
has,
thinking
like-
about that in my mind.
He has like 5 songs on like the top 100 right now. And I don't even know them. Like, I don't know them. I just go on top 100 every couple of days and I see it. It's like Tyler the Creator, song 46, song this. And I never hear them on the radio. I don't really go search them up. He had like maybe 3 songs that I used to listen to when he first came out. But now, like, I love that he's different, but I just don't go look into his music. Like,
I don't go into his catalog.
I don't go into the catalog and go listen to anything. But I do respect him and I love his artistry. That's what I'm gonna say.
Nah, he's dope.
I just feel the same way about him. Earl Sweatshirt, do you know who that is?
Pink
Earl
Sweat?
Sweatshirt, no, not Pink Sweat. Shout out to Pink. Shout out to
Oh,
Pink
yeah, I
Sweat.
like Pink Sweat.
Shout out to Bunny too. Is his girl.
know
But
Bunny.
no, I'm talking about Earl Sweatshirt. That's one of the dudes that was in Odd Future. He was like the main guy, but something crazy happened where he did something and got sent off to like boarding school or something like that. He was like the main person in that group with him.
How old was he? His parents sent him?
Yeah, probably 16, something like that. So he became like a legendary person, but I've never listened to his music before. What about you, GB? Anybody?
Y'all might say it's blasphemy, but Kendrick Lamar.
Wow.
I
You're
get
fired.
It. I
was
get
mine.
it. No, I get it.
That was mine.
Like, can I? I'm just be real.
That was mine.
Oh shit!
You just
I don't
stole
get it.
my answer.
I just don't get it. I don't get what everybody else gets.
Nah,
Because you
I
never
mean,
listened to it.
I mean, no, I listen to his freestyles. I listen
we
to the music.
We caught the radio
but
hits.
No, but did you listen to the first album?
yes,
I have never listened to no
I
album.
listen to music based on if I can drive to it. So I consume music differently because I spend a lot of time in the vehicle.
Good Kid,
so
Mad City is great.
a lot of times it's like, you know, listening to, it's like somebody that can go up to Hot 97 and freestyle real good does nothing for me if I'm just driving around. You know, I like music that I can drive around in the car with a lady to. That's just the kind of music I like. Kendrick Lamar just never did it. He just never did it for me.
That's wild.
And don't get me wrong, Chelsea. I bet the music is phenomenal. I bet the music is great.
I never listened to his freestyles. I only listened to his album. So
I was
I'm on
going
the
to say
opposite.
Kendrick Lamar too because he's really like big. He's really like huge. He's in people's top 5.
Yeah.
Like especially of like new era artists and the newer artists. Like, and he's huge. And I've caught radio joints where thought they was cool. I thought they was dope. You know what I mean? Like I've caught him on the radio. But he just somebody that I just never said, yo,
Yeah, I
go
don't
check
get
it
it.
out.
And don't take
Kendrick's
this, people in the
album.
comments,
Yeah.
as Kendrick Lamar bashing. This was an interesting topic that
No,
Rich
he-
actually
Yeah.
brought up. But this is my thing. I feel the same way with him. And I love anybody that's successful and did whatever they did, and that's fantastic for them. But when I listen to rap, I listen for a substance and not what this is just my interpretation of it. Representation of substance that's not really substance. Like you say things in a way that sounds like it's some extra wordplay there, but I'm super into wordplay and I'm super sharp with lyricism. And when I listen to it, it's a lot of showmanship, but no real bars. So when you ask a person, name something that he said that was super like fire.
Yeah.
They can never. I can let you sit for days. Even when they did that joint where it was him, Big Sean, and Jay Electronica, and he had that standout verse. That wasn't the best verse to me.
I think Big Sean's verse was better.
Absolutely, bar for bar, everything about it. Big Sean, on the other hand, is a crazy lyricist.
Crazy lyricist, very underrated.
He kind of like took shots at people on his verse, and that's why they went crazy.
Right, but then it'll be all types of shit. I'm jumping out of the helicopter, hanging from a dreadlock, some crazy shit that was like,
a lot of people see what Kendrick. What a lot of people do is they act like, you know, he's super lyrical, which he is. Don't get me wrong, he's super lyrical, but they act like they understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say he's super lyrical. That's just my opinion. I think that he's great at rapping. Rapping is one part, the part where you're actually the way the words come out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that he's super great at rapping, but the actual bars that's there, just because you might mention
So you're
Africa,
saying the technique.
Yes, and then he changes his voice up kind of like Nicki Minaj, where they could do all of this shit where that's amazing that you could do all of that. But bar for bar, I feel the same way. And but
he said, "Be humble, bitch, sit down."
I mean, that's cool.
That was one of the best lines that a rapper came out.
The alcohol song is a magnificent
like that whole
record.
album. I think a lot of people, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself, but I think I connected not because I can connect to the alcohol, like him being an alcohol, saying that song pretty much he's an alcoholic, drinking a lot. I just like the way, like Frank Ocean, when they have these albums and it's not just song that doesn't connect. I don't like listening to an album and it's just all over the place.
Yeah,
like,
Good Kid, Mad City, you know what I'm saying, does have
it was a
storyline to it.
And it pretty much told like how he wanted to go to college and didn't have the money and his mom was broke. And there was just a lot of things in there that maybe I couldn't personally relate to, but it seems like real. It wasn't like listening to a lot of like other rappers and they're like talking about like a bunch of shit that they probably don't even own or have, because that just gets annoying. So people might say, oh, Kendrick Lamar, he's a lyricist, because they can actually listen to it and be like, it sounds true, it's believable, rather than listening to people who are just like bunch of like bull crap that people can't relate to. So people might have a different standard of what's lyricist comparing so much trash. I don't want to say trash that's out here because it's not really trash, but stuff that just has great beats and really has no substance. And then when you have somebody who has substance to a certain extent, and it can be like, wow, this is great compared to all the other shit that's coming out.
So you would like Kendrick, but who is somebody that you said big that you didn't like?
It's not I don't like,
but you wouldn't listen to?
I really don't listen to Tyler, the Creator, because I feel
Tyler
like...
for you. So it's Tyler for you. For you, it was...
Kendrick.
It was Kendrick. For you, it was Kendrick. And for you, it was Busta Rhymes. For me, it's somebody that's complete blasphemy. I know it's blasphemy. I know it's blasphemy.
Say Cardi B or something.
No, it's not Cardi B. Tupac Shakur. I can't.
I'm with you.
Listen.
You're fired.
I can't.
I'm with you there.
So there's two different...
We don't want to hear you. We don't want to hear you. We don't want to hear you.
I'm with you.
So for me, being an older guy, I'm super into bars, lyrics, how well you compare something, the words you decide to rhyme off of. You know, when you rhyming off, like let's say the best at rhyming words would be like Eminem, rhyming words, right? But you might not like his content because he might be all over the place or whatever, right? But then you got, some people who do it both, like Nas. He got the ill rhyming words and he got the storyline, everything that's all in one. And what Pac had was the feeling, the passion, the character. Him as a man was so interesting. But when it came down to the music, I just didn't bang with it. Now, let's say his lyrics are regular to me. Now, you want to know somebody who had regular lyrics? But the lyrics meant everything to me was 50 Cent. When 50 came out, it was regular bars too, but the way that shit hit for me was like, this nigga is one of the greatest.
Why is that?
What made it different?
Because he said shit. I don't know, like Tupac rhymed.
It could have been a lot of shit that made it different though. Sound,
maybe because Tupac was more aggressive and 50 was more like...
No, 50.
I ain't gonna hold you.
No, 50 was
the
more
aggressor.
50 was more aggressive and more believable.
No, I don't think 50 was more aggressive than Tupac.
I mean, 50,
what?
50
Yes.
I can't even. I don't even know because I'm a Pac fan. I'm a Pac fan. Like I fuck with Pac. I think Pac can rap.
On every single Pac song, he's almost talking about killing somebody.
But no.
Okay, 10.
Pac was a motherfucking like
5 out of 10 songs.
A conscious thug.
Yeah, he was.
Pac was
But he also
conscious,
talked
like,
a lot
street
about
nigga.
killing people.
He did. But he also talked about like why we was against each other, why we was in this violence.
He was smart.
But he spoke on all that shit like he knew about that shit. He broke down. He broke down like Pac was before his time for real. Pac was predicting a lot of shit that we going through right fucking now and in the past 10 years. And he been going like 25.
So that part is the part that's magical about Pac, the actual abilities to rap. Like if I didn't know him from and people gonna hate me for this, but if I just was walked into a cypher and I said rap, and I'm talking about in 1996, right, where his skills is at their best, rap. Oh, these are the people that's out right there. Nas come in there and kick a verse. This nigga, oh my God. Biggie, go in there, kick a verse. Oh my God. Did you hear what he said? Pac, kick a verse. Hennessy and me under my tendencies. No way. Down in Tennessee.
That's because the different styles.
I get it.
Yeah, but he had so many different styles.
Oh, no, wait. No, he didn't.
Hold on, can we time out?
The only reason that shit would sound funny is because they gonna take it and put it over like a East Coast fucking beat, like a Nas beat.
No.
Take Nas and them niggas and put them on motherfucking
I can't way better production
and
than
see how
Nas.
that sound.
That's not what I'm saying.
See how Nas and them sound over California.
No, I'm saying turn the beat off.
Oh,
we're just right here. Rap for me, because you know we grew up in that time, Rich, where it was like
Pac rap, man.
No, just rap. And when niggas rapped, I'm saying that music
style?
it just did nothing. I didn't see.
No, you just like 50 Cent better.
No, that
yes,
came
you
later.
do.
I'm talking about.
I will say that as far as like wordplay and shit like that from like a Nas, because Nas was a guy that'll give you intellect with the wordplay and all that shit. I would say that Pac definitely like ain't give us too much wordplay because a lot of his music stemmed from his real life, most of it, and every bar like stemmed from like real life. But as far as like Pac having cadence and like riding a motherfucking record and certain records, because you got records like hit 'em up like this.
But you heard what he said.
Where Pac
cadence and rhyming.
He had cadence.
So he
had like his own shit.
And
like
that goes back to
the
Kendrick
energy and passion you said.
And that goes to Kendrick Lamar, where it's not the bars, it's how he's on the joint. So that energy is there. But if I just read the word, if I just look at the words, there's no line that's like, oh my God. Like when I heard Nas, shootouts is similar to Wild West, and when he rapped as that gun, you know, it was like, oh my God, the way the bars was. So that's my person. Kill me, y'all. I'm sorry, but that's my person. Because that's the whole point of us naming somebody that is an icon that's huge, that we just never pumped like that. Speaking of icons with tremendous talent, we want to name a movie that was trash juice, but the actor or actors in it are amazing. Let me go to Waleska D.
So my movie is Geely or Geely.
Jiggly or whatever.
Jiggly, however. But they had Ben Affleck.
He was trash back then.
I guess you could say that, but he's been in really good movies.
Yeah.
No, around that time, you know, he had The Town and all that around that time.
No. The Town came out way later.
We have to Google that. But anyway.
Hold on, real quick. Once The Town came out, he was fire ever since.
Nah, he did an awesome job on The Town.
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
In this particular, Ben Affleck is a very well-known, great actor.
Okay.
And J-Lo was in it, but the movie was trash. Like, I think at that time they were dating, and I don't know why it just didn't work. Like she played like a lesbian, and he was just like this undercover, guy, whatever, trying to like, kidnap this person. It was like the storyline was good, but I just feel like just the acting, the movie in itself was horrible.
What was it called?
Jiggly.
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 So just to show I can tell y'all, right? Because I'm into this shit. The Town was 2010. Jiggly or whatever was 2003. it's a 7-year gap in those movies
But
when it was
what
like
other movies
Bennifer.
did he? What other movies?
So
did
he was in other movies that's probably like that. Like, but because that movie's actually good. The two. What's the one where the astronaut he had to go to space? He had to,
Armageddon. That was good.
Armageddon, and he's in the other joint, but he's not good in those movies. The movie is good, so it was the reverse. And then also, what's the joint? Where his boy he goes to war. They think he's dead.
I know you're talking about.
Oh my God.
Pearl Harbor,
Harbor.
one of the worst scenarios that you could ever be in. Come home from the war, all you doing is staring at your wife's picture. I just want to get home to my baby.
It's what kept you alive.
Just what kept me alive. I just got to get
Pearl
home to my
Harbor
girl. I've
was
been
so
through everything.
good.
Then you get home, and she laid up
With your boy.
with your best friend.
Stop.
Oh, they done got together and
I think
cried
Ben-
over you.
I think
Is that
Ben
what the
is
movie was
good.
about? Or
Yeah,
was it about
yeah,
war?
yeah.
Like,
No,
Armageddon?
the concept was about Pearl Harbor, right? That whole situation, but they had to
That was
put
just a part
they
of
had to
his
put a story in
plot
it, a
twist.
storyline.
The main part of the story
Yeah,
is
is
the
that.
fact that he comes home and they, doing what they doing. You know what I mean?
That was whew.
Damn.
But that was my movie.
What about you, GD?
I got a movie that had an all-star lineup, an all-star cast, got Hall of Famers in it. Movie trash. Meteor Man.
Yo,
Meteor Man was
yo,
trash.
it is kind of trash.
Yo,
Robert
the
Townsend
movie
Jr.?
is trash, but think about how many Hall of Fame actors are actually in it.
Yeah, damn.
Everybody's in that movie.
Meteor Man is
Meteor
trash.
Man is trash.
It is trash because when I think about Meteor Man, I think of like Blink Man too, and Blink Man is fire. I don't care what you say. Don't talk about Blink Man. Don't talk about Blink Man, nigga. Blink Man is worth.
Okay.
You ain't like Blink Man?
I did.
handicapped
I watch
hero?
it all the time, but
Okay.
it's just, yeah, it's just one of those movies where like I'm just eating cereal watching that movie every time on a rocking chair.
That was my shit. So that's your joint?
Yeah, that's my joint.
Chelsea Lee.
I was really excited for this movie because I love to play the video game Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought that movie was so terrible, but Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves, I think they're great actors, but that movie was just really disappointing to me. I don't know if y'all saw it.
Keanu Reeves,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
No, I think Jim Carrey is
Jim
a great
Carrey
actor.
is
and I think he
unbelievable.
played a pretty good part in the movie, but if he wasn't in it, I think the movie just would have been like shit. Because I was just like, it was just a shitty movie for me.
What about you, Richie?
I don't know if it's one or the other. I don't know which one it is. It's either I think Analyze This or Meet the Fuckers.
The fucker?
The Fockers.
The Fockers.
My bad. Meet the Fockers.
He's
Meet the
so
Fuckers.
annoying.
No. The movie was annoying. I don't know which one. I don't know which one it was.
But people love Meet the Fockers.
I don't know. I don't know. It might have been Analyze This. I don't know which one because I just recall me like not really like tapping in. But I think it was me. I don't think it was Robert De Niro. Like because I was looking for
I see.
I was
Robert
looking for
De Niro.
my right. I was
Yeah.
watching it for my guy. I was watching it for Robert De Niro, and I think it was me that at the time because I ain't watched movies in a long time. But around that time when I did watch that shit, I think I was just still in that mentality where I was looking
Like
to see
Scarface.
Yeah,
He's
I was
looking for Scarface,
right,
Robert
I was
De
looking
Niro.
for either like
No, he wasn't in that.
You wanted
Robert De
Goodfellas.
Niro?
Robert De
Oh,
Niro.
Goodfellas.
That's
I
Al
be getting
Pacino.
confused with Goodfellas.
You got your Italians.
You know, I was still there.
You got your
all that
Italians
type
mixed up.
shit. Or I was
Okay.
expecting Casino. I was expecting to see Sam Rothstein,
Yeah.
or something. And I got a different Robert De Niro. Now I don't know if maybe I need to go watch it again.
Yeah, it's
but,
a comedy.
But I don't even know if it's Meet the Fuckers. It could be Analyze
Meet the
This.
Fockers.
I don't know why I keep saying that. I thought that was the name.
Because
of
Robert De Niro's in it. He want to say fucker.
No, I swear. I,
Them over
literally,
here
I thought
trying
that
to
was-
clean your act up.
Yeah.
Literally, I gotta polish up. Thank you, Chelsea.
I got a couple of them. One of them is definitely Holly Berry. You know what? I'm confused about the Holly Berry thing because she might be trash at acting. I'm very confused at whether or not Holly Berry is trash at acting or good at acting. So, but I'm gonna throw in this an honorable mention because the movie is so much worse than even acting, and that's Catwoman. Catwoman was a terrible, terrible, terrible movie. But who is a good actor, I would say, is Nia Long. Would you agree that Nia Long is a good actor?
I do agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you agree that Omar Epps is a great actor?
Great.
What's
He's
wrong with his
good.
acting?
He's good.
Nah,
It's the same thing with Ben Affleck,
Hold
though.
on. You ever saw Love and No. Hold
Love
on.
and Basketball, he did an
Basketball is
awesome job.
Hold on. No.
Even
How could he have done a better job?
No. He did awesome in Love and Basketball. He did awesome in Into Deep.
I thought
he did good.
I thought
He
he
did
could
good,
have. I
but
thought he
he-
could have piped down a notch and in too deep.
You think he OD'd?
No, I don't think he OD'd. I think it just was. I think it was moments where he was just a tad bit like it was like extravagant. It was like he was so ruthless and sticking broomsticks up people's asses. And,
No, that was LL Cool J, bro.
I mean, but listen, you know what I'm talking about? Because he the one that was hanging out the window for the shootout too, though.
That was
for the shootout too.
But he was faking. He was
faking.
So
Right.
the reason why it was brilliant, he was being extra because he was acting in the movie. In the movie, he was being an actor.
let's think of-
in the
That's
movie.
true.
You know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
He was playing undercover.
Right.
So let's think of his catalog.
That's true.
So he did Love
That's
and
true.
Basketball. He even did Juice. Wasn't he in Juice?
Oh hell, man, hell yeah!
But
Listen,
relax,
yo,
relax,
fuck this.
relax,
come on.
because you're getting excited here.
He was that
and I
nigga.
didn't even want to say Juice because I knew that nigga didn't remember. I knew he did. I knew
But
he
that's
did.
excellent. He threw Bishop off the roof.
He did. So, but can we compare him to Ben Affleck a little
I'm
bit?
gonna tell. Hold on, he's better than Ben Affleck because this is why.
Go ahead, explain to me.
When what's the movie with Remy was shooting off the
Higher
roof?
Learning.
And
Higher
Higher
Learning.
Learning when his girl
Oh,
died.
wow.
Oh my God.
Nah,
Oh my God, I'm
you
watching
right.
that movie
I felt
right
that.
Wait.
I felt that in my
You're
heart.
saying he's a better actor than Ben Affleck?
He is
Yeah,
100%.
he is. In
Ben
Higher
Affleck is
Learning.
Ben Affleck is
But
flat.
Hold on. In Higher Learning, you gotta get the actor has to give me that emotional feeling. Ben Affleck
She
gave
really
me,
died in that movie, as far
she
as I was
did.
concerned.
No, for real.
Yo, we
Tyra
get-
Banks.
we
Yo,
getting
y'all
start-
is
we
fucked
getting
up because I
started.
never watched that movie, and I was literally watching it last night.
No
and
way.
I
No
swear
way.
to God, I fell asleep halfway through. I paused it, and now y'all told me what the fuck happened.
Oh,
listen.
damn.
Yo,
Sorry.
listen.
I'm
Here-
literally watching it. It's all paused.
Here on the Devinwade Show, we're about to start the verses for movies.
Listen.
No, that's a fact.
So we called it.
So imagine you feel that as a young man, Tyra Banks was everything in the
Mm-hmm.
90s. So you watch Tyra Banks get killed by this racist white
White
guy.
supremacist
and
guy.
you watch how you would feel if your girl was Tyra Banks, this track star that he met at school, that was about no nonsense. She was about to level him up in life. She had her head
Yes.
on straight while he was thinking goofy
Stop.
shit. Like, you gotta imagine, like, he found the one.
He
Any
did.
woman that he gonna find after that will never be Tyra Banks that he met in college that died in his arms from a rooftop shot. And I
But-
felt this pain.
In the grand scheme of things, he knew it 3 months. He just got to college.
So what?
In the grand scheme of things, he really only knew it for 3 months.
Yeah, but 3 months when you 18 years old. It's
No social
3
media,
years.
going
It's
through
3
all
years.
that.
It's 3 years.
different.
And she died in his arms. So I'll say that to say, him and Nia Long made a movie recently called Fatal Affair.
Never saw it.
I didn't watch
wanna-
that.
Oh, you said it
Listen.
was terrible, right? That's why I didn't watch it.
I mean, I challenge all viewers of this show, of this podcast, to go watch it right now.
That's why I didn't watch it.
It is the worst movie of anything that we've named here or probably could name. It
No.
is beyond horrible.
Nia Long look good in it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, she
Nia
Nia
Long
Long,
always
but
look
she,
good.
yeah,
I'll check
she
it
just
out.
she's just older, but yeah.
What is it on?
I mean, I don't know what's it on, but it probably on Netflix. The shit is some bullshit for sure. It's some it's
You
some
I
just
think I know what
watched
you're
it.
talking about. I think somebody else was talking about that, and I heard somebody else talking about that it was like not
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
you said it not too long ago.
Yeah, it was trash. So,
But I love Nia Long,
We're gonna go
just
to
for the record.
our what are you sick and tired of, and that's what I'm gonna bring it right to, because that's why I want to jump off into that.
Go ahead.
I am sick and tired of our our older actors getting like exploited and put into like bullshit ass movies like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, they put in their time to be great at their craft and everything like that. And now, they looking for work. Hollywood will spit you out. They get new people, they get
Absolutely.
new faces. So now, you probably could grab these people on a budget. And niggas is putting together some bullshit. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That's what I'm sick and tired of. Porter Rich, can you tell us what you sick and tired of?
I'm sick and tired of a lot of like backward shit. I know I done talked about it on previous episodes, like just the world we live in. We've been living just so backwards for so long, right? And one of the in particular things that I'm really like tired of, right, is like for years, right, we've been I know us, especially in like inner cities, in the communities, right? We used to like come at goofy shit, but will glorify and be into like kind of like the wrong shit. And what I mean, I'm gonna give an example, right? For years, we was like skeptical of letting our knees show, right? Shorts had to be like knee length
That's true.
or longer,
Longer.
right?
Right.
Right? For all men. If you let your knees show, you like a or excuse my language, but you like, yeah, it's something. Excuse my language, no disrespect.
That's the words we used to use back then.
Yeah, no disrespect to nobody. But you just, in the other shit, whatever, you suspect, whatever, if you let your knees show, right? But the whole time we was thinking that, right? In our communities, we wearing these long ass goofy shorts, right? And the whole time we thinking that, we was cool with having our asses out. Cause we
cracks.
Right. We was cool with
And
having our
draws showing.
asses out because we sagged for so long, right? We sagged for
was
so
a long era.
as a culture. We sagged for so long, right? And the whole time that we was worrying about not showing our knees, thinking that our knees would make us look less manly or was less of a man thing, we had our asses out.
That's a
The
fact.
That's
whole
crazy.
time. So my whole thing is
I didn't.
Even now I be seeing, even now, like shit different, bro. Like shit different, shit changes, and you just really gotta let people be great. I don't say nothing about nobody that wear big clothes, small clothes, whatever clothes. To each his own, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if you is gonna say something, definitely don't let it be no backward shit. You know what I'm saying? Like us being concerned about if a motherfucking, because I've heard this recently about, men's shorts. So, being short and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, we weren't about our knees showing, we weren't about our legs, but for years we had our asses out as men, thought it was cool to sag and shit like that. So I just think we need to stop living backwards and really like just tap in.
I agree with Rich, and I never had my ass out, just to let y'all know that. Anybody else?
I'm sick and tired of the cancel culture. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of just us canceling anybody for the just most simplest things of like what we do as humans. We're just canceling people for doing what they do for a living. Like, we need to cut it out. Like, I was actually just listening to Drink Champs podcast, right? They had, what's her name? Oh my God, I forgot her name.
Then I canceled her
Anyway.
from her brain already.
That fast. But she said something so funny. She was like, this cancel culture shit is some bullshit. She was like, I can't wait until we get to a point where we like, fuck your mother, fuck your father, fuck. Because back then on radio, that's what you would do. You get what I'm saying? That's what you would do. Nowadays, it's like, you can't say nothing. You can't even, as a comedian, you can't even joke or play around or do anything in that regard.
That's super important because comedians are the people that's supposed to like touch that sensitive
Exactly.
part. Like even in what we're doing right now, right? We talking real shit, but sometimes we gonna throw out wild shit. A nigga like GB definitely is, but it's to hit your rib and make you laugh and say, oh shit, he said some nut shit. It shouldn't be a situation where people say, now we're going to cancel this person. And even worse than that, they'll go back to some episodes you did 10 years ago and say, look, he said that back then, when honestly the temperament as a fucking world might have been that way at the time.
Exactly.
And as the world evolved, you know what I'm saying? Things change,
Right.
You know what D.L. Hughley said recently, to quote, if I am mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but D.L. Hughley said, and it goes kind of like in reference with what Wiley is speaking on, but he said, I don't see how people be talking like they want our people or anybody to cancel or stop listening to Michael Jackson or R. Kelly because of what we've heard about that they did with kids, when the whole country still listens to the national anthem after what America did.
Absolutely.
And I thought it was
That's heavy.
I thought it was the deepest shit in the world because it's a stone cold fact.
No, yeah,
Like
we
a big
cancel,
fact.
and we constantly canceling people. It was actually Miss Jones. Remember Miss Jones?
Yeah.
From it was her, and she was talking, and I remember hearing her even from back in the day when she had her show on Hot 97 with DJ Envy and all that, and she spoke a lot of good shit. You know what I'm saying? And especially on this cancel culture shit. Like, we need to just stop. We need to just there is a line where people kind of go OD.
Oh yeah.
You
There's
know?
a reason to cancel people.
Right, but not for minor little things like you were just talking about. And kind of like what you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, don't cancel me because I won't call a singular human being that.
I just feel like again, what D.L. Hughley said made sense in so many senses. I just feel like if you do want to get it to the point where we're going to start holding people accountable for all of these different things.
Let's hold our country accountable.
We got to hold everybody the fuck accountable. It can't just be for a certain group of people.
Nope.
You can't let these people go scot-free because they're from this culture. You can't let this culture get a new law passed because their countries are in cahoots with the leaders of this country, and it just makes sense for them to be able to get that off. And then you got other communities and other cultures that's dealing with like similar issues, similar oppression, similar motherfucking discrimination, similar motherfucking hatred, and it's just it's inequality,
right?
And that's what people has been, asking for, and a lot of leaders and before us have been fighting for years, man. So it's just like we got to step it up.
What about you, Chelsea?
I don't have nothing dramatic right now, but I'm just sick and tired of motherfuckers being rude at the Philadelphia airport.
Philly, I think that is very specific.
Yeah, very specific.
Hold on, if it was around the time of the Ben Simmons shit, you got to give him a pass, because we talked about that.
Well,
Philly was
because
upset.
I was trying to think about it. I'm like, what is really pissing me off? And I'm like, the only thing that really got me mad recently and in the past is like, people in the Philadelphia airport are mad rude.
You talking about the people that work there?
People that work there.
So they kind of on a Popeyes tip, because there's a Popeyes across the street from this studio. And I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
but they act like they don't want a job. Like you come in to check in your bags or do something, and they're like, man, over there, over here, like throwing your bags. Now they have one of the terminals closed, so you have to go in through terminal. You have to, like, it'll say you fly out of terminal B, but terminal A is the one that's open that doesn't have a line. So when you ask them, hey, is there a quicker way? No, there isn't. People are just so rude. Like, I miss. Like, when I went to New Orleans, everybody down there is just so nice. They, like, can't wait to fucking help you. Mm-hmm. And their city went through so much trauma and turmoil, and they should be treating people like shit. But you go to Philly airport, and even some of the, like, Philly areas, not everything, because I love Philly, but you go to the airport, and it's like people just, they're so rude. They don't want to help you. And it's like, are you hating because I'm flying somewhere? Did you have a bad day? Did I make you take this job? Like, you have this job because people are traveling. Like, why are you so ignorant?
Listen,
they're so
could be a little
ignorant.
mixture. Could be a combination.
And it's just what people don't understand about the tri-state, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, and I think Philadelphia might have the crown.
Like,
right
they
now.
have no standards of hiring people. It's like, anybody, you get a job, you get a job.
But I think also there's just a lot of people just have that abrasive attitude where we are. Their hospitality is not the initial thing. We about to get out of here in a minute. I want to hear from GB, and then we're gonna have Chelsea Lee take us out of here. But GB, we want to know from you, what are you sick and tired of?
Condoms.
Oh my God.
I'm sick of them. I mean, you gotta listen.
We're all leaving.
Listen. It's no need for them.
He must want to have kids.
Listen, no, we got Plan Bs, right?
So you just expect a woman to keep fucking up her body so you can nut inside of her? You dumbass bitch.
I mean, listen.
I'm just saying, that's so ignorant.
It's a lot less painful than an abortion.
Oh my God.
How about you get your fucking nuts clipped? Exactly.
But see,
exactly.
But see, people get vasectomies and still wear condoms, so that doesn't count. But people get AIDS and they still just live forever. Why do we need condoms at this point?
Listen.
I don't understand it.
Right?
Okay,
Listen,
so
protection by Porter, man.
Listen.
We're going to change the condom game.
Listen.
I got you, G.
We out of here.
We out of here. Chelsea Lee, can you get us?
I can't listen to this.
I grew up, but they'll say I changed. Well, I ain't worked this hard to stay the same. I'd be crazy if I don't display my range. Back when them chicks used to say I'm lame, I used to have to get money just to make me smile. I can't explain it cause this feeling is wild. I just bought a house with a grill in my mouth. This lifestyle, no, I'm still feeling it out. If they book the hotel, I'm still stealing the towel. Yeah, if they rent me the car, I'm still peeling it out. Every day feel like a Saturday. I've been waking up and doing what I want for so many years. I ain't know the year, that's the time I'm on. Fuck the time you want. So much that I got is one of one. So I'm the one she want one-on-one. She heard I'm playing with some bands now. Get a drum or something. We from the trenches, you know that. Picture me broke, that's a throwback. Nigga, you can't even post that. Yeah, pressure. Bad bitch tryna get her hair messed up. Big bro, we don't owe them extras. Shit y'all worry about, don't stress us. I'm from Camden, New Jersey, nigga.